The first female solo Thunderbird pilot who became part of the team in 2006 lives right here in southern Colorado. I sat down recently with retired Air Force Colonel Samantha Weeks to talk about what it took to get there and how she is continuing to inspire others in her retirement.
So on the right side where it's red is an F-15C.
The shelves in Samantha Weeks' home office are filled with reminders of her 23 years as a fighter pilot in the U.S. Air Force.
That is my dad. He, without a doubt, was my biggest supporter.
The retired colonel's dream to become a fighter pilot started at just 6 years old. She was on a military refueling tanker known as a KC-135 with her father, an Air Force veteran, and her sister. They were headed back to the U.S. from where her father was stationed in England.
And I can remember seeing icebergs floating in the North Atlantic Ocean. And I see a fighter pilot in a fighter aircraft 20 feet below me. And I went to where my dad was sitting and I was like, Dad, I know what I want to be when I grow up. And he asked me, he goes, you want to be the boomer? And I said, no, I want to be that fighter pilot. He literally and figuratively patted me on the back as he looked at me and said, girls don't do that.
It would be the first of many similar comments, including when she decided she would apply to the Air Force Academy.
And I remember talking to my 8th grade guidance counselor and asking for the college catalog from back in the day on the academy. And he told me to come back in a few years when I knew what I really wanted to do.
Determined to go after her dreams, she got in. She graduated in 1997 and headed to Laughlin Air Force Base in Del Rio, Texas, for a year of pilot training. She then moved to Tyndall Air Force Base in Panama City to learn how to fly the F-15C.
But I will share that one day, as part of our training, learning how to fly the Eagle, we have to go to a tanker and we have to learn how to take gas airborne. And it was a KC-135. Later that night, I kind of realized, holy crap, my life came full circle because now I am the fighter pilot going to take gas off of the exact same plane from when I was a 6-year-old little kid.
Her combat experience came early in her career. She was fired at from the ground as she was in the air protecting a no-fly zone over Iraq.
In the moment, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, somebody's shooting at me. I was like, oh my gosh, that's really cool.
6 years later, she applied to be part of the Air Force Thunderbird demonstration team. In 2006, she became the team's first female solo demonstration pilot.
So there's a great rivalry between the Diamond pilots 1, 2, 3, and 4 and the solo pilots 5 and 6 on the team. And even on our coin, it says, Thunderbird 5 and 6, loved by millions, hated by 4.
It's already amazing to become a Thunderbird pilot, and then you are one of the first women to do it. There's so much meaning behind that.
I would say that I didn't really ever pause and think about being the first female solo pilot. It was more upholding the heritage and the lineage and the pride and professionalism of the Thunderbirds, and to not let the people that have worn that patch before me, to not let them down.
Now, as a public speaker helping organizations and businesses across the nation, she's hoping to continue to pass on the valuable lessons she's learned over her more than 2-decade-long career.
I think that we can learn through on-the-job training and doing, but we can also learn from others. And if there is any part of my stories or my experiences or my mentors and what they've instilled in me that I can pass on and share and elevate somebody else, that's what I want to do in life.
And no doubt you will be doing that, Colonel Weeks. Weeks also has her PhD in military strategy with a focus on leadership development. Her final military assignment was as the commander of the 14th Flying Training Wing at Columbus Air Force Base in Mississippi, where she led 3,000 people. If you would like to learn more about Samantha Weeks and connect with her directly, you can click on this story at KOAA.com.